Videos. Today we're going to be kicking off with how to sell beats using automation. What is going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Again, I do apologize hugely for my absence over the last week. I've been super busy with making online courses, doing sort of custom deals, all that kind of stuff. It's been mad hectic, but we're back. I'm going to be doing as many videos as I can throughout the week now. I'm fully committed to YouTube, sort of hitting it hard from now on. So we are back with some good videos. Today we're going to be kicking off with how to sell beats using automation and using automation on Instagram. Now I know a lot of you guys, when you hear automation, you kind of turn your nose up at it, and I'll tell you exactly why you've turned your nose up at it, because I had the same problem as well. It saves a lot of time if you use it properly. If you don't use it properly, then you just kind of ruin the whole credibility of your page, and you just become one of those spammers that, you know, I'm sure you've seen it. If you post a picture on Instagram and use a hashtag, then you'll immediately get like 3 comments that are just flame emojis, or follow me, follow for follow, or I do this, buy my stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to run through how to use it properly, and I'm going to run through like the mistake that people tend to make when they're using automation. So we're going to dive into it. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed to the channel already. Hit that bell so you don't miss out on another upload from now on. And yeah, now there's a ton of different options when it comes to using automation. There's loads of different there's loads of different companies that offer automation software. I've done a bit of research, used a few different ones, and I found that this one is the best one for me. It's called Gramto. You can sign up for free, and then if you want to go ahead and start using it as automation, then you have to pay like an annual fee of like $50. It's super cheap and it works really well. So this is the one that I use. Now basically, if you don't know what automation does, is it basically targets what you tell it to target in terms of hashtags, location, gender, all that kind of stuff, and it goes ahead and it goes in and follows people, likes their content, comments on their posts, and sends them a direct message if you want it to. And you have a choice to do all of this with the software. And the biggest mistake that I see a lot of people make with this is that they kind of bombard and target way too many different hashtags, way too many different demographics, and it kind of it's really difficult to do that, because when you do that, you can't leave genuine comments and genuine sort of, you know, interactions with people, because you're targeting way too much and too many different types of content in order to do that. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So the first one and the most important one that I'd probably recommend to get going with is the auto comment function. Now this is where, if you've probably seen it, you'll post a picture on Instagram, and then like 0.2 seconds after you've posted it, there'll be like 3 comments of people leaving flame emojis, telling you to go and check out their comments, just spamming their comments basically. And that is the people that use it wrong. I'm going to show you how to use it right. Rule of thumb, and the best thing to do, is just have 1 to 3. I don't even put it at 3. I normally use 1 or 2 hashtags to target. So for me, I use type beat and type beats. It's really specific. I know exactly what the content is. If you type in type beat, it's not going to be like somebody's shoes unless they just copy and paste their hashtags. 90% of the content under type beat is going to be a preview of somebody's beat, a preview of somebody in the studio making the beat, and that tends to be that kind of stuff. So just go out and research hashtags and make sure you find one that works for you. But I use type beat, and then what you've got down here is just a few settings that you can adjust. So I've adjusted the speed of which the comments are posted to fast. I need to make that active, because otherwise it won't work. Make sure that the status is active, otherwise it won't go through and start commenting. And then what you can do down here is really useful and is quite important, because what Instagram could do is it could pick up that you're leaving loads and loads of comments per day, more than you'd be able to do manually, and it'll pick up on that, and then you might run the chance of having your page taken down, which you don't want. So what you want to use is this function here, which pauses the activity that the automation does every day. So I've paused it for an hour a day, and the speed of the comments isn't crazy fast, so it's kind of legit, and it makes sense when you do it. So add that little thing there if you want to. I'd highly recommend that you do that. And then the next thing, then there's a couple other functions that you can do here. You can target different places, and you can target different people. I normally just target hashtags, especially for comments. It doesn't really, you know, places don't really come into it. In fact, you're kind of limiting the people that you can reach out to when you add places and people. So 1 or 2 hashtags and leave it at that. Then the next thing that you need to do is go and add comments that you want to post automatically on people's content. Now this is the part where you need to spend a good amount of time coming up with at least 10 to 20 different comments that look genuine, that aren't just flame emojis, that aren't just saying dope or nice. Make sure that they're a decent length, leave a long genuine comment saying something decent about their posts. So go and look at the hashtag that you're targeting on your phone, go and look at it right now, look at what people are posting, and just look, and then just maybe leave a few comments as to something you'd actually post, so if someone posted a beat, you put something like, for example, my one here, it says, keep doing your thing, bro, you're gonna blow at some point, or hey, this beat's wavy, I like that melodic vibe to it, let's connect, this goes hard, just stuff that's genuine and stuff that actually looks like a human has posted it, not some robot that's posting flames all day. So go ahead, make a ton of comments that look legit, genuine comments that you would leave yourself on their posts. Click save, and then as soon as you've clicked save, it'll go through and it'll start commenting on people's activity, okay? Now the activity log is just sort of going to show you what they've commented on and what they've been doing with your Instagram account, okay? Super useful to look at because then you can actually see, what they've commented on, how often they comment, and it sort of gives you a better idea of what settings you want. So it's a bit of trial and error to begin with, but get it right and it will work well for you. So that's the comment section. Really highly recommend that you set that one up first. Make sure you get the targeting right, make sure you get everything right, and then everything else is kind of self-explanatory because you just use the same settings as you did for the comments on the other settings. So auto follow, you might want to turn that on. That's just going to go through and follow the accounts that it's commented on, follow people under that same hashtag. So again, I've used type beat, type beats, and beats for sale, 3 hashtags, no more. Gone through and I'm following them. I've changed the demographic to male because 90% of the people on my YouTube and Instagram that engage with my content are male, so I've just kept it as male. There's a cool little setting down here that says has profile picture. I've turned that active because you don't want to be following people with blank avatars because they're most likely not going to have a legit or actual active account. And then you're just going to sort of leave these normal. So private profiles, I've turned that active because I don't want to follow people that have private accounts, because if they got private accounts, they're more likely going to be personal accounts as opposed to beat accounts and business accounts. And I've left the ignore unfollowed profiles deactivated. Just leave it deactivated, you don't need that. This is really cool, this sort of section down here. Now what this will do is like and follow. So once they followed the account, it will automatically like some of their content as well. It just looks more legit, so it just looks more legit so that when they followed somebody, then they're just going to follow them. Somebody will get a notification that a random page has followed them. It makes no sense. So what it'll do is it'll follow that page and it'll like some of their content as well, just so it looks like you're engaging more with that content. And yeah, that's all that I use for auto follow. You might want to use the auto unfollow function as well, just because you don't want your following to go way up and you get your news feed just gets spammed with all the accounts that you're following. So turn the auto unfollow on. And make it ignore the whitelist section. You don't really need to use that. You can set a minimum amount of people that you follow, and you can set an unfollow function after a certain amount of days. And this is a cool function here because this is good if you are wanting to build decent relationships with people, because if you follow somebody and they genuinely come back and like your content and then you unfollow them, you look like a bit of a dick. So take this, don't unfollow my followers, because if they come back and follow you and there's a potential that you might get a good interaction with them and hopefully you can work together on something, then you don't want to unfollow them. So make sure that is ticked, because if they follow you back, you're not just going to unfollow them because that's a dick move. So leave that ticked and you'll be fine. And then the rest I kind of leave because I don't auto DM people, because the people that follow you are different types of people. So you might get producers, you might get artists, you might just get normal personal accounts that just like your content. And if you set up an automatic direct message that's really specific to artists, you want them to check out your beats or something like that, and you just send them a message that says, hey man, seeing that you've liked my stuff, here's my beats. For me it just seems a bit too spammy. I'd rather message people myself so I can get a good feel for who the person is and then have a genuine conversation with them. So I'd just leave that. I'd leave that off if I were you. And then the last one is auto like. Really self-explanatory. Again, just target specific niches and you will be fine. And yeah, just leave it at that. So I want you guys to go out. If you do want to start growing on Instagram, this is a really useful tool because it runs 24/7. You know, you can gain followers whilst you're sleeping. If you've got stuff to do during the day in terms of, you know, making beats, if you have custom things to do for artists, etc., then this is really useful because it does a lot of the work for you. You just need to put in a good 2 or 3 hours into setting it up so it's right. If you don't do that and you just put flame emojis for comments, if you like way too many people's posts, comment way too much, your account will just get flagged up by Instagram and it will get taken down. So make sure you go ahead and set that up properly and you will be fine. Again, I've dropped the link down in the description if you want to go ahead and get on with this software. It is really useful if you want to start growing your account on YouTube and sort of expose your channel and your page to a lot more people, which will drive more traffic through to your website. And yeah, that's all for today, people. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you have subscribed if you aren't subscribed already. Hit the bell so you don't miss out on another upload. And if you guys want to learn how to sell beats online, I've dropped a ebook on how to do that, how to find artists, how to pitch your beats to them, and how to close a sale. So go and check that out. It is dope. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.
Yes.